So we'll do this. This was shared by Thomas, and I'll give a full disclaimer here. I have not been following this incredibly closely. So I'm going to give my 2 cents on it as somebody who is uh, not an expert on this topic, not pretending to be. But here's something that's going on. Massachusetts temporarily banning sale of vaping products. So the governor of Massachusetts declared a public health emergency Tuesday, ordered a 4-month ban on the sale of vaping products in the state, apparently the first in its nation. His announcements came amid growing concern about the health effects of vaping products, including death. So, all right. So the administration said as of Tuesday, 61 cases of potential cases of lung disease related to the use of e-cigs and vaping in Massachusetts has been reported to the state. So when I first heard about the vaping thing in general, I kind of thought, oh, wow, this is a big issue right now with everything else going on. Glad the Trump administration's focusing on important things like vaping. And a lot of folks have brought into light, look, you compare this with what goes on with cigarette deaths, it's a drop in the bucket in comparison. So I've seen some of those stats floating out there. So really, this is another thing where, yeah, this isn't healthy for you, but people do it. People have the right to do it. What are you going to do? Why are you scapegoating vaping all of a sudden? That being said, vaping is still very new. I'm okay with further research being done on how dangerous it may or may not be. I'm okay with that. It's still something very new. And it's one of those things, well, maybe we don't know all the implications of it yet. I mean, back in the day, they used to smoke cigarettes in hospitals because no one knew, exactly how toxic cigarettes are, and cigarettes are very toxic. They also relieve stress for a lot of people. They also keep a lot of people in check, and it is an addicting product, but it might mellow your nerves, it might soothe your nerves, and you got the right to make that choice. You know the implications of it. You're gonna do it anyway. That's your choice. That's your right. I think vaping, kind of the same area. Now, am I okay with further research being done on how dangerous this may or may not be? I'm okay with that. Maybe there's some stuff we're not realizing yet. Maybe there's some connections we haven't made yet. But could this also just be a scapegoating, nonsensical thing that's going on? Yeah, it could totally be that. This could totally just be a way to further demonize pot. Because they lump marijuana products in there too. Marijuana products. That's what they refer to it as. They lump this in there too. So this could just be scapegoating the pot industry, a subtle way to further continue the drug war. This could be nothing more than that. Do I know that for sure at this moment in time? I don't know that for sure in this moment in time. But, we'll keep an eye on it. We will keep an eye on it. So, Thomas, thank you for sharing that. And I know that other entities have been kind of demonizing the vaping industry as well. Is it justified? Is it not? I think it's too soon to tell. There's definitely reasons to think that maybe it is justified, or excuse me, that it isn't justified. And this is just a scapegoating attack on, parroting the drug war, carrying water for the failed drug war. But there's also some reasons to think, well, maybe, maybe we still, vaping's still very new. Maybe there is still some implications. I think energy drinks, like those energy drinks, which, by the way, you never see those being demonized, at least not to this degree. But I think, I don't have any science to back this up, so I think there's shit in there that we're not aware of how dangerous that stuff is. I really do. And this is coming from someone who used to drink them religiously. I went through a process where I weaned myself off of them. And full disclaimer, I still occasionally will have a Red Bull, although I finally think I've been able to quit once and for all. And I'll give a shout out to my dear friend and one of my favorite comedians and actors in the world, Rick Overton. Rick, one day we were at a show. I think it was my show, which, by the way, LA folks, Ron Placone and Friends is tonight. If you're not doing anything, email me. I'll put you on the guest list. How's that sound? Does that sound good? Good. But anyway, we were at a club together, a comedy club. And Rick sees me drinking a Red Bull, and he was giving me this look like he gave me this look like I just I just executed an animal in front of him. Like he gave me this look like I just strangled a puppy and then started eating the raw puppy in front of him. That's like how he was looking at me. And I was just like, Rick, I know it's bad, but I need a pick me up, man. And he's like, those are really bad. And I'm like, I know. I don't even think we know how bad they are, but I'm having one. What are you gonna do? I need to pick me up. Rick handed me a ginseng patch, and he said, why don't you try this instead? I put it in my bag, didn't think much of it. I was already 75% through the Red Bull. That was my pick me up. I wasn't going to stop. But the following week, I was kind of in the same situation, driving to a comedy club, wanted a little boost. And I was like, I guess I'm going to get a Red Bull again. And then I remembered the patch Rick gave me. And I was like, you know what? Let's try this. I tried it, loved it, started buying ginseng patches online. It's just straight up ginseng. You put it on your patch. It's good for your muscles. It's good for your energy. It gave me a lot of energy. And pretty sure it only has this effects on guys, because my fiance tried them and it didn't quite have this effect on her, or at least she didn't say it did. But guys, makes you really horny. That is one side effect. You get like crazy horny from these things. So maybe that's something you want. Maybe you're like, I'm horny enough as it is. Whatever. I'm just saying that's one of the things it does do to me. But I use these ginseng patches all the time now. And I've not had an energy drink since. I take them on the road with me. They're just these little patches. They're good for like a day. And then you just kind of peel them off. Peel them off before you get in the shower. I made that mistake before. Anyway. So my point is that, you know, maybe there's some room for, maybe there's some things we don't know yet. You know, it's not like this is pot. It's not like I'm pulling a Chelsea Clinton here, where it's just like, we need more research on pot. No. We've had tons for years and years and years. There's no evidence other than propaganda films saying that pot is some gateway drug or dangerous. That's nonsense. That's been debunked many times over. Vaping, still a little new. Still a little new in comparison. So yeah, maybe there are some effects we're not realizing yet, or maybe this is all just scapegoating nonsense. Time will tell. So I'm leaning towards scapegoating nonsense. Just so, you know, I'm saying like, maybe there are some things we don't know yet. I'm open to that. But I'm leaning towards this is just scapegoating nonsense as a subtle way to kind of attack pot. That's what I'm leaning towards. But I'm open to, you get the idea. All right.
Get your news on with Ron. Don't you want to know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. Get your news on with Ron. Don't you want to know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. Yeah. You can tweet me an article at Ron Placone. We'll go through it together and